Hello everyone. Our exploration of the Ten Commandments leads us today to discover the third commandment. It is the last of the three commandments which deal directly with our relationship with the divinity. The other seven, as we shall see, relate to our relationship with the neighbor and with ourselves. Let us remember that the goal of all the commandments is to help us move forward toward God as individuals and also as a group. Now, what is the third commandment? Remember to keep holy the Lord's day. In His great wisdom, God asks from us to set aside a full day per week to rest and not to work. And this out of concern for balance and therefore for our greater good. Obviously, on Sunday, we should not stop essential services such as patient care and fire services. People who work on Sundays in this context take their rest another day. To keep holy indicates the meaning of this rest and invites us to devote more time to God through prayer and meditation. To promote these times of prayer, there are in the Spirit Maria Chapel solemn masses every Sunday as well as 2 holy hours. These important times are an opportunity to give thanks to God for all the benefits received during the week, to ask Him for forgiveness for the mistakes we have committed, to go to confession if necessary, and also to ask God for an increase in graces to help us begin the new week well. Let us stress one important point, however. Sunday's rest should not prevent us from practicing charity. Within the family or outside it, there are always valuable small services to render, whatever the day of the week. Jesus sets an example in the Gospel when He visits and heals the sick on the Sabbath, which is the Jewish equivalent of our Sunday. Jesus makes us understand that this day of rest, although it's different from the others, must always serve to do good rather than evil. With this in mind, the Church encourages the visit of the sick or the poor on Sunday in order to relieve their suffering. The commandment also invites us to enjoy the time available to strengthen family or friendship ties and to enrich the cultural life. Now, dear friends, let us see some examples of the manner in which Marie-Paule lived the spirit of the third commandment. In Life of Love, she recounts a childhood memory which shows that in her parents' home, God and family were honored on Sunday. She writes as follows. At the dawn of a beautiful sunny Sunday, we all go to the shrine of Sainte-Anne-de-Beaupré, where we shall assist at Mass and receive communion. After having satisfied the Sunday precept, admired the basilica, visited the religious articles shops, and made the way of the cross on the side of the mountain, we set off for Ile d'Orléans, where some of the most awe-inspiring scenery is to be found. We can imagine the joy of these young children as they participate in this beautiful excursion organized by their parents. When Marie-Paule grew up, she would stop regularly at a sick person's house after Sunday Mass in order to cheer her up and to render her small services. She would also take advantage of this to tell to the woman and her husband the homily given by the priest on that same day. Occasionally, on Sundays, she might go to see a movie. And as she sings particularly well, on the Lord's Day, she also puts to use her musical talent for the benefit of the people who come to listen to the concerts in which she participates. However, nothing satisfies her more than to find God again in the Eucharist, whether at Mass or during moments of fervent adoration. From a young age, Marie-Paule often prolongs times of prayer before the Blessed Sacrament. And when she herself becomes a mother, she helps her children understand the importance of attending Sunday Mass. But as in any good family, sometimes her children don't feel like going to church. Let us listen to what Marie-Paule writes on this subject. The day for our family, Sunday that is, turns about that wonderful reality which is the Mass, and which remains for us a pillar of support and the refreshing spring which fosters the flowering of the soul and fills it with joy. How many times in the morning the children would prefer to engage in a little idling? They got up in time to assist at the 8 o'clock Mass. They set out, sometimes lagging, sometimes even discontentedly. But for the most part, they respond generously and with a smile. And the return is a joyous one. Entering the house, they come to kiss me and exclaim, "You were right to insist a bit, Mama. I'm so happy now." This example out of life of love clearly shows that it is sometimes necessary to surpass oneself to attend Mass. However, this effort is so little compared to all the graces we receive during the Eucharistic celebration. Thank you for your attention. Next week, we will focus, with Marie-Paule's help, on the 4th commandment. I now give you my blessing. May all the divinity bless you and your families, the Father and the Son, the Mother and the Daughter, in the unity of the Spirit. Amen.